Today we are going to look at a philosopher by the name Immanuel Kant. He was a German by origin, and what we need to look at is how he contributed to political philosophy, especially modern political philosophy, because his contribution has been immense, and he has made contributions, in fact, in different fields such as metaphysics, cosmology, and many others. So let's look at the life of Immanuel Kant. Who was he? Well, Immanuel Kant was born in the year 1724 in a place called Königsberg, Prussia. Prussia was also another name for Germany at one point in time, no longer being used as Prussia anymore. It is called as the Democratic Republic of Germany. And today Königsberg is apparently a part of Russia. It has been a city in Russia since 1946. So Immanuel Kant was born as the fourth of nine children to his parents. And apparently, out of these 9 children, only 4 made it to adulthood. That is, most of the other children actually did not survive childhood itself. So Immanuel Kant was one of those few lucky, one of the lucky 4 in fact, who made it to his adulthood, and not just made it to his adulthood, but contributed immensely all throughout his adulthood. So Immanuel Kant's father was Johann Georg Kant. He was a German harness maker. Now, by harness maker, we mean basically a person who was involved in the making of leather goods, especially meant for horses. At that time, the horses were being used as means of transportation, and Immanuel Kant's father was one such person who was basically a harness maker, was involved in the making of bridles for horses. So he was from this place called Memel, and which was at that time Prussia's most northeastern city. It is now part of another country called Lithuania. His mother, Anna Regina Reuter, was born in Nuremberg. So we don't know too much about his family background, except that his paternal grandfather had, I think, moved into Prussia in the 17th century in all probability. In his youth, Kant was a solid, albeit unspectacular student. He was brought up in a household that stressed intense religious devotion, personal humility, and a literal interpretation of the Bible. This simply means to say that he had a very religious upbringing, where the stress was laid, or the emphasis was too much on not just religion but also on following the Bible closely and making sure that one lived up to his faith. So Kant's background was such that he received a very Christian kind of an upbringing in that sense. He never married, but he was a popular teacher, and the reason this deserves a mention is because it is not to be assumed that his social life was zilch or as good as nothing, even though he never married, but because he assumed his popularity as a teacher and also as a modestly successful author, even before starting on his major philosophical works. So he did have a reputation of being popular amongst his people. Incidentally, this is just a matter of fact, but Immanuel Kant apparently never, throughout his life, moved more than 16 kilometers away from Königsberg, the city where he was born. So it seems like more that he was more grounded in this place, and most of his works, most of the important contributions that he has made was definitely within Königsberg itself. So let's look at the works of Immanuel Kant. What were some of the major works that Immanuel Kant contributed to not just modern philosophy but also uh, uh, to different other fields of metaphysics and other such things as I had mentioned earlier. Kant is best known for his work in the philosophy of ethics and metaphysics, but he made significant contributions to other disciplines as well. He made an important astronomical discovery, namely a discovery about the nature of the Earth's rotation. And for this, he won the Berlin Academy Prize in 1754. Among Kant's most famous works are the Critique of Pure Reason and the only possible argument in support of a demonstration of the existence of God. These two works have been very important because this is where he talks about reason and human existence, and he basically questions the whole aspect of religion and the relationship of religion to human beings, to human life. So much of his work is based on science, but of course it goes even beyond science. So in his work,